All right, guys. Another recording today. It's a peaceful morning here in Seward, Alaska. Got my coffee here. Feeling good this morning. Got my meditation in. Really good start to the day. Trying to start getting into a practice of first thing when I wake up, be grateful for something or, just to be alive. My life coach is really trying to instill that in us, try to make that pattern, because gratitude is a big part of this program that I am in, and if I think it's very, very, useful and important, just to be grateful for all the things that you do have, and then also proud of yourself for everything you've accomplished. And Kevin, he calls that generating state, so that you can be in your moment with a peaceful, grateful heart. And it's generating like an energy and positivity to yourself, and then your environment after that. So yeah, I would say today I'm super grateful for the journey that I've been on lately. Not only just physically traveling a lot, but just in general, all the things that I'm seeing and perceiving. It's all too perfect. The synchronicities are there, and I feel kind of free to, see things as they are, instead of letting the conditions or emotions dictate what is happening inside of me and around me. So really, really grateful for this process that I'm in, and just proud of myself for, sticking to it, and, one foot right in front of the other, and staying motivated. I feel like a lot of things in life, it's just kind of one big experiment. Some things like, meditation, yoga, life coaching, certain people, it might not work for them, or it does. You just really have to figure it out for yourself, and, test it out, give it a chance. What are you gonna do? You can sit there, be stagnant in your old ways, or you can start taking action. So this year for me is about taking action and really going for it all. So this is just the beginning for me. Life is, from the outside in, I could see, I've been doing it right. I, been pretty successful in high school. I, got good grades, played sports, did successful things in those areas. But I will say that, mindfulness was not there. The inside of me was not reflective of what, I was accomplishing. I'm proud of myself for all of my accomplishments and everything that I did in that time. I think that's very important to take those victories, everything you did do good, and not discredit them. But I will say, I could definitely, I want to send myself, my previous self in high school, every, other time, while I was in the military, just to I just want to send myself that awareness and mindfulness, and, hopefully I pick up on it. Because there's, I think, a lot of times where, just in my head a lot, overthinking, just kind of letting the ups and downs kind of take me, instead of, being aware of the ups and downs, and, having control. And a big part of this last couple months is I actually do feel like I'm in control now. And when I do start to feel emotions come up, I'm not shying away from them or trying to numb myself and to feeling I'm actually feeling it, accepting it, and like, it's really important. Like, we're supposed to feel all of the emotions, and when you start resisting that, that's when you start getting those blockages in yourself, and you start, whether it's painful physical blockages or just mental blockages, like, it can happen just because you're not letting yourself feel what you're supposed to be feeling, and it's all meant to be felt. You're getting signals like that you're supposed to be feeling. So now it's just, all right, how do I navigate this and feel these feelings and really get down to understanding them? And like I said, it's your own personal journey, but I just want to help you try to get awareness that, you can have control. This is, something you need to work on, but it's fairly simple principles and simple ways of, getting that awareness and control in your life. Meditation is huge. I think that's like a big thing right now for me. And like getting into that, like that journey, getting into meditation was kind of like a funny story. So after we, been in the RV, doing a lot of self-help reading and traveling, and then, we got to Washington, worked on the apple farm, I just had so many questions, so many just wonders of just, trying to dig deep into consciousness and, kind of like, what is this all about? And like, kind of asking the universe, like, give me something here. Like, I need a little bit of guidance because, I was kind of just in the beginning stages of kind of letting go and like applying some, principles from some books that I was reading. Like I said, the Penny Pierce series. I also like Eckhart Tolle. He's got The Power of Now and A New Earth. Those two books, and like trying to apply those principles was like, it was working, but like I still like there was something like missing in my practices and like trying to gain awareness and everything. So yeah, it kind of moves me right into our first real big trip overseas, and we started in Thailand. And I mean, this was really awesome. Like, Thailand is a special place. You got just like backpackers everywhere. Really cool, just like party scenes, and just really awesome. And I feel like we had a really good time there, and a little too much of a good time. I could see myself like I don't know, like I felt like I was pretty like getting pretty good in my mindfulness practices while I was working at Bellwood, but then I went to Thailand and I was, drinking 40s every day, trying to get my coffee fix every day, just eating. I mean, it was really just being like on vacation and like really just letting go. Like, we didn't work out for a month. Like, we drank, ate, traveled for like a month straight. Although like we still made it worth our while. We got like scuba certified, which is amazing. Like, scuba diving was super amazing on the islands in Thailand. But yeah, like something crazy happened though. We were on a boat. I think on the way to another island, and we met a friend. Such a special person he ended up being. He ended up being. But yeah, we're on a boat. I like go up to the deck, and Tatum's talking to Jack. Just an amazing person we met, and he ended up being from Flagstaff, Arizona. So there was like crazy synchronicity there, and like just coincidence. So yeah, we just kind of really, made good friends, hung out with him for a couple, like a week or two. And, he kind of tells us his plans. He's going to a yoga teacher training in India. the start of February, and me and Tatum kind of were just at first like, oh wow, that's amazing, like that would be so cool. And then, you know, we go back into our room later that night and we're like, can we do that? Like, do you think we could just like leave Thailand right now in the middle of this trip and just, you know, go to India and do this yoga teacher training? And man, we just kind of got like this energy just to do it. So we kind of like switched our whole plan, bought tickets, signed up for the teacher training, and we went with Jack. And man, I cannot tell you like how this happened or what, but going through that yoga teacher training was everything I asked for. Like, the philosophies of yoga answers all of the questions that you're wondering about consciousness and just how kind of the inner workings of life function. It gives you a practical way of attaining like a connection with yourself and your spirit and the source of all of this. It actually gives you practical tools, philosophies, and like coming from like a critical thinking, you know, analytical mind, it's almost like eye-opening to see like all of these philosophies like put in front of you in such a way that you're just amazed. Like, it kind of brought the magic back into my life. I don't know if I like considered myself atheist or whatever, but like I was like, you know, suspect to what was going on. You know, I was thinking real critically, like scientifically, and like going through the recent changes with like my spiritual readings and everything. It kind of just, this yoga teacher training just blew my mind. I was just, it resonated with me so deeply, and I was asking these questions for a long time, and I feel like life just took me to India to do this teacher training, and it was such a beautiful experience, guys. Like, 10 out of 10 recommend. But yeah, I just like that whole experience just kind of flipped my world upside down. Like I said, the magic is there, and I feel like now I understand that there's so much more power in yourself and so much more power going on with like the functions of life, and you know, our ability to just, you know, take each moment with like presence. And like there's a way to do that, there's a way to practice. And you know, there's like a big, I think, misunderstanding when it comes to yoga in the Western world. It's not just exercise. You're doing yoga when you're in the car listening to your favorite music and you're in your flow and you're just present. You're doing yoga when you're doing your work and you're just there, you know, focused on one thing in front of you, just enjoying your moment. That's yoga. I mean, the definition is union with the mind. Like, it is a philosophy. And if you think, I mean, there is places in the United States where yoga is just exercise, and some people probably do just go for exercise, but there is a much deeper meaning to it all. And I think there's like, I think every school should have a yoga philosophy class, like mandatory. Every student has to go through it just to understand that there's like a whole different perspective and just like a way to think very, you know, think in different terms. Like, there's the Eastern philosophies are just, it kind of keeps like excitement inside of this. Like, it really does like bring a whole new level of like passion for me, especially. It just, dig into it, go, just look up yoga philosophies and just start looking up things, and you'll really see it's, not really far from other religions and other, all the morals of all religions are just, we're all like trying to attain the same thing. It's just what works for you. And this, you know, scientifically makes sense to me, yoga and the philosophies. Like, my scientific perspective that, I feel like I was taught growing up is to think critically, and I've tested these principles, I've tested yoga, and it works. This has brought me to a place in my life that is just, I can't explain. You really gotta start putting yourself out there, asking the right questions, and man, things will really start falling into place. So that was the real start of this transformation, is like getting down in 26 days of vigorous yoga from 5 in the morning, all the way throughout the night, and you're eating Ayurvedic foods. So if you don't know what that is, it's pretty strict. Mostly vegetarian, I think. Yeah, vegetarian, because they do love their ghee. Cow is sacred, and anything from the cow that it produces, they don't eat the cow in that city. It's actually, I think it's illegal to eat cow in that city because the cow is holy. But yeah, it's just, it taught me so much. And I'm really active and I love to lift, but now, like, after incorporating yoga into my lifting routine, like, it's just totally enhanced, my physique and my physical endurance. Like, I'm super flexible at this point. Like, I used to stretch, but now it's like, okay, now I stretch, I lift with mindfulness, and everything is more to like nourish myself. I used to hit the gym to kind of get out of my body and get away from things, and have a let out. But now it's like, all right, I'm doing this with mindfulness. There's no, like, I'm not trying to escape anything anymore, which has been really huge for me. I think that's like been really awesome to see myself like shift in that way from high school and my time in the military. There's like a lot of unconsciousness, especially when it comes to my time in the military. I don't think like it was all bad. Like, I've gotten so much discipline and so many other benefits from joining the military and going through the basic training. I think that was all part of the necessary steps to instill I don't know, these certain tools in myself. But like, there was some days I would have 16 hours on average of screen time while I was sitting in the firehouse just waiting for calls. Like, it was just so unconscious. There was zero mindfulness going on at that time for me. I think a lot of it had to do with is just like the kind of the environment I was in. I was always on edge, and really just, it wasn't for me. Let's just say that I need my freedom and my ability to traverse this world in my own way. And not to mention, I don't really support violence in that way anymore, especially. It's important we have that protection in this world, but I'm hoping in the future it will be obsolete and we're all living peacefully. We don't need military anymore. That's one of my hopes for the new world I'm imagining. But yeah, just wanted to get back on here and talk things out with myself, with you, and let's grow together and let's keep on fighting, helping each other in this, you know, balance that we're trying to find. So keep on living it up, guys. Love. Peace.